Can I beep the horn? oh, thank you! Should have let the man ride his bike.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Now vs. Nostalgia, a podcast about movies, TV shows, and video games of the past. I am John, and I am joined always by James.
James here.
And today we have special guest Jeremy.
Thanks for having me.
Before we get into our movie discuss this week, we want to talk about something that everybody seems to be talking about on the internet, something that happened recently, the tragic death of Robin Williams. It's always sad and tragic when someone talented is lost. I was actually in the movies when the news broke. I went to see Guardians for the second time. Uh-huh. So I was like walking out there, skipping and hopping and stuff like that. And like I look at my phone and I had like 4 or 5 mixed texts. And it was like, Robin Williams committed suicide and stuff like that. Yeah. And I was like, it's a hoax. At first when I read it, hoax. Yeah. And I went to CNN straight to the source, kind of a legit site, I would say. Front page. So, I know, just as a fan of a lot of his movies and stuff like that over the years, kind of just want to talk about a little bit about our favorite films, not like his death itself, just kind of celebration a little bit, just a little. I mean, because honestly, within the first 24 hours, like on Facebook, I just kind of stopped looking at Facebook because everybody's single post was like either a news clip about it, or something talking about like suicide is not the way kind of thing. So, don't want to talk about that. Just like some of my personal favorites of his. Hook, loved Hook. It's a movie I think I started watching it the other night. Still holds up. Just a fun movie. Like good character for him. Like he got a good broad range in that. Popeye.
Popeye.
Yeah, I thought about. We almost did a podcast for it.
I watched that recently.
Yeah, we talked about that actually. Me and Jeremy talked about that a little bit because we were talking about the songs and stuff.
Yeah, the songs are so bad.
But other ones, like Good Morning Vietnam has a special place in my heart because my dad loved it so much when growing up. That was the first really Robin Williams movie I was exposed to. Yeah. Because my dad wanted to see it, and we just kind of watched it, and I was really young. Good Will Hunting, I think is probably his best role, personally. Like, it's just phenomenal, like, the performance he gave on there. Also, like, Death to Smoochie, which is when he started, in the 90s, late 90s, he started doing a lot more, like, obscure, indie kind of roles. Nothing really mainstream, I mean, besides like that stuff that was animated, like Happy Feet and stuff. But other stuff he's really known for is like Patch Adams is his big one. Mrs. Doubtfire, of course. Yeah. Dead Poet Society, What Dreams May Come.
That movie was so depressing and hard to watch.
It's very depressing, and like I don't think I could watch it now. It probably. I mean, one, you seen it, James?
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
One, it's like really depressing to begin with, but two, like after the fact of his death. Like when I was watching Hook after he died, and like there's a part at the very beginning where he gets in the elevator, and he's like, you died, when is your time? And he's like, what if it's not your time? Just something like that. And I was like, whoa. Yeah. And then I didn't put it on the list because it's not a big movie at all or anything. But World's Greatest Dad.
No, I never saw that
one. That's it's on Netflix. I want to say now they might have taken it off. Yeah. But he plays this. He's a high school teacher. His son is this jackass, like crude to women, just hateful little bastard. And his son like hanged himself. Yeah. Doing autoerotic asphyxiation. Yeah. And he finds his son, and like even though his son was a complete scum and disrespectful to him, his girl, everything, he cleans the son up. He like writes this like really nice suicide letter and stuff like that, and puts his son. Calls the police. Yeah. Well, everybody in high school and stuff is like reading like the suicide note, and they're like, "Oh my God, I didn't know he was so talented and so heartfelt. Oh man, I never knew him like that." So everybody's like wearing pins and stuff to the son. Yeah. And so they're like, "Man, I wish he would have wrote something else." Like, and then so he's like, "I found his journal."
Oh man.
But yeah, it keeps building from there. But yeah. It's pretty strange, like, after,
Yeah, because I'm thinking, I've been watching murder porn.
And he was on Homicide, wasn't he? Yeah.
Who's
He's on
on
one of the episodes of Homicide: Life in the Street.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because if anybody like if you do anything that disturbs a crime scene, you're the first suspect. So like in the real world, they put the dad in jail. Robin Williams' character went to jail.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you killed him. You just set it all up.
I mean, it's obvious suicide for that one.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's some of your favorite films? Any thoughts on that?
I watched Jumanji the other night when I found out that he had passed away. That movie, it's still really entertaining. I found a lot of it pretty humorous. Like in the beginning, when he goes into the jungle, it says you must roll. No. In the jungle, you must wait until you roll a 5 or 8. And it was a 2-player game, so that girl could have just like stayed there and just rolled the dice a few times and brought him back. But he gets locked in there for 26 years. I thought that was kind of funny.
See, I never. I watched that movie. It's been a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it being a good movie. I liked it. But I just wonder how that was one of the early real heavy CGI movies.
It doesn't hold up well. Like there's the part with the stampede. Mm-hmm. It looks like they're watching a movie. Like as the animals are going by, like the animals are on the screen.
Oh wow! Like they just running in front of the screen.
Yeah.
Looks bad.
Oh man. I never seen the sequel to it either. Well, it's not. It's a sequel to the game series.
Mm-hmm.
Zathura.
Never heard of that.
It's the space one. Yeah, it's the board game that follows Jumanji, but it's.
So Jumanji's a real game?
Yeah.
Like it came out before the movie?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Whatever.
I thought there might have been a game based on the movie.
Yeah.
Zathura is the sequel to it.
Yeah.
And that was trying to remember who directed that.
Oh, you know what? I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
That came out like maybe 5 years ago.
John Favreau directed it. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so you ready to talk about today's movie?
Yeah.
Actually, that's the reason why I ended up watching Jumanji, because when I put Killer Klowns into the Xbox, it wouldn't play. Like, the video wasn't playing, it was just the audio. So I was like...
That's a Blu-ray disc. What Xbox you using? The new one?
Yeah, Xbox One.
Okay.
One, yeah.
So, watched Jumanji that night instead. But it worked fine the next day on the PlayStation.
There you go. Buy a PlayStation.
We saw the new tangent off. We saw the new Xbox. The 2 new Xboxes coming out.
No.
I already have an Xbox One myself.
Yeah.
But they have the white one coming out with Sunset Overdrive. And
really?
Wow. Really nice.
Yeah.
And then there's this gray one with the first video game system with a terabyte hard drive in it. And that one's coming out with the new Call of Duty in November. Wow. But they're both custom looking. That white one's nice.
Cost more?
Mm-mm.
No, same price?
Same price. It's a bundle. But I mean, I'm not going to buy it again.
Yeah.
Like,
you can get rid of yours and buy another one.
There you go, yeah. Well, I did that once. I did that for, I kind of needed a new Xbox.
Yeah.
I was starting to go to Fritz. But when the Gears of War one came out, I had to have that. I was a Gears fanatic.
Yeah. Isn't that the one that covered up the little slots so the heat can release? Is that the one?
It's just a slim, yeah. Like, well, they might have gone slimmer now.
It might have been a custom one, because I remember reading about one that was Gears of War, and I think the stuff that was on the box itself was blocking the heat from escaping the Xbox.
Could be that one, because I think
it
it's
overheated.
hot quick.
Yeah, it overheated.
I find the PS4 gets hot really quick.
Yeah.
Like, I have to pull it out a little bit out of the entertainment center before I start it up.
Yeah.
Because I'll hear the first time I was using it, I was like, just going to town on it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even thinking about, like, this thing's going to be dispersing some heat.
Yeah.
Sony's not known for that, really, too much.
Yeah.
But I heard the bzzz, and I went looking, and I was like, what is that?
Because it's funny, because my PS3, which I've only had for like maybe a year and a half or so, something like that, it started making a lot of noise. So I put it in the cabinet, and it makes less. Like, it doesn't overheat or anything. As before, I had it on top of the television.
Oh, see, I did that once with Dead Rising, the first Dead Rising.
Mm-hmm.
There's an achievement. It's called 7-Day Survivor or whatever.
Yeah.
And you have to play the game for 14 straight hours.
What?
It's like you're basically like it's after you beat the game. It's a bonus mode.
Yeah.
But your health's constantly draining, and you have to try to survive for 7 days.
Oh.
And every day I think is 2 hours or something like that, real time.
Yeah.
And like everything is finite. So basically, normally in the game you go to the grocery store and you grab like a thing of milk, and there's another one.
Yeah.
But on this mode, there's only one. So when you drink it, if you get hurt, you go back to get help. It's not there. So you have to try to like utilize your stuff, and you have the whole mall to kind of do it. It's really fun. But if you survive for 5 days, you get the boxer shorts from Ghosts and Goblins.
Yeah.
If you survive for 7 days, you get the Mega Sword from Mega Man's X Zero Sword.
Yeah.
But and you also get the achievement. And that was the last one I needed. So I was like, we'll get it.
Yeah.
But man, I had everything set up. I had my Xbox and my PlayStation like hooked up at the top of my entertainment system, both running. And I had it run down to a second TV so I could watch movies.
Yeah.
And then I had my main TV, and I just kind of flip back and forth. And then if I stayed idle too long, the controller would turn off. So I was kind of doing that.
Yeah.
But running both those systems side by side in the room.
Oh, yeah.
Man, the room was getting hotter. But I did it. It was fun.
So I didn't even burn each other out, man.
I had to switch. I had to move it down and like run the PlayStation on the floor. There was like going to start a fire. All right. So today we're talking about Killer Klowns from Outer Space, a movie released in 1988. This movie was written and directed by the Chioda brothers. The director basically was Stephen Chioda, but the writers were Charles, Edward, and many others. But the Chioda brothers, you're probably familiar with them already, James, from one thing.
What's that?
They did Large Marge on
yes, that's right.
Adventure.
I did, yeah.
And they did animation for that. But they were trying to do a movie. They wanted to do something. They were talking like brainstorming horror movie ideas and stuff like that. And they were talking, what would be the most scariest thing you could possibly see? And one of them came up with like driving down the road in the middle of the night, and a clown pulls up to you with no car. So they'd be like, oh, that's great. So they basically based the movie around that idea and built from there. And originally it was called Killer Klowns, but they wanted to change it so it wouldn't, give it a little bit more sci-fi appeal and wouldn't come off as like a slasher film.
Yeah.
And maybe not get confused with the other real Killer Klowns.
Killer Klowns.
John Gacy. Now, you ever seen that movie Clown House?
No.
So when I was younger, these kind of movies kind of bled together. Because at first, Clown House is like it's these three kids. It's like these three brothers, and they're like home alone and living on kind of like out. Their house is like kind of. It's been years since I've seen it, but their house is like now it's off the main road. It's kind of like out in the country. But the circus comes to town, and their parents are out of town, so they decide to walk to the circus. And meanwhile, it's like an urban legend almost kind of movie. Like when you tell somebody, because these three psychopaths escape from the hospital or whatever.
Yeah.
And they kill three clowns dressed up as the clowns.
Wow.
And then they start stalking the boys. Like they follow them home, and like they're trying to kill it. It's nuts. But there's one scene that I just remember like freaked me out when I was a kid. And it's one of the brothers goes outside to investigate, and it's like they get him.
Yeah.
But the other brother's in the attic hiding, and they look out the window and like they got him hanging from a noose.
Yeah.
And they're just like swinging him back and forth. Oh yeah.
This came out in the 70s?
No, it's an 80s movie.
80s movie?
Clown House. Let's see. I'll get you real quick. But
look for this movie, man.
James, you've seen this movie. Like, when was your original first viewing of this?
Killer Klowns? Oh man, I'm thinking the first time I saw this movie had to be one of those movies that came out on USA, like USA Up All Night with Rhonda Shear and Gilbert Gottfried. I'm thinking that's the first time I saw it. So of course it was edited, and I got a chance to see it late on VHS. Yes. Yeah, that's it. That's my first time watching it, man. Oh, that's Clown House. Oh, I was hoping the clown would, the C would be a K.
Oh,
but
no.
that's really clown, the correct spelling.
It came out in 1989. Sam Rockwell's in there. But yeah, just before Halloween, three young brothers alone in the big house are menaced by three escaped mental patients who have murdered some traveling circus clowns and taken their identities.
Look at the tagline.
The circus of the mind. You never know who they really are.
How old were the kids?
They were like, it was like the little brother, there's three brothers. I want to say the oldest was like probably 18 or something like that.
So they killed the oldest?
Yeah.
The two kids survived?
It's been a while. I don't remember if any of them survived. I just remember it being.
Kill kids.
I just remember it being like really, really terrifying.
Yes, indeed.
And Jeremy, this is the first time you've ever seen this, Jim, right?
That is correct.
Wow, first time.
Yeah, like looking at the box art on the Blu-ray, it looks like it's a really dark movie, but it's really not.
Not that dark.
Well, the original poster, Jeremy can kind of see it from here. It's just a clown spinning the earth.
Yeah,
it's like falling apart. And then like the tagline was like, No One Can Hear You, I Scream, which is a parody of Aliens in space. No one can hear you scream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But like, yeah, when the movie starts up, I love the beginning. The music when it kicks on.
Yeah,
the theme song's pretty good.
Theme song, Killer Klowns from Outer Space, which is I have who it's written by and everything. But the Chioda brothers approached the punk band, and I'm going to give them justice and give them their name, the Dickies. They asked them to write the song when they were getting ready to start the movie.
Yeah.
So the song was finished like even way before the movie was done.
Nice.
But yeah, the lyrics of the song, if you actually sing the lyrics, it starts off and it's like P.T. Barnum once said, "One's born every minute" or something like that. A new clown's born every minute. And it's cool, but like the movie plays just enough of it because I was like, I kind of like this.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even finish the full song. It just kind of gets repetitive.
Yeah.
But I like the beginning. Like it just pops up, and like I said, you can actually even tell that they added outer space to it, and you get the opening. It's very reminiscent of like the Blob, like the paintings and stuff like that. It has a lot of parallels with that, and then you get to meet Officer Moody.
No, Mooney.
And he's no nonsense local police stuff like that.
Super jerk.
Oh yeah, but he makes the movie for me. He's such an
He
ass.
makes the movie. He's probably the only real actor in this whole movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much, man.
That's kind of done anything major.
Yeah.
But quickly, with another parallel with the Blob, we get to see like the make-out point, which they call top of the world.
Top of the world.
Did your town have anything like that when you were?
Not that I know of. I wasn't there, man. I wasn't cool enough to be on top of the world. Unfortunately. In my town, anyway.
You know, I had a thing called the teardrop.
Really? What do you call it that?
It was
Girls were disappointed?
No, it was in the park, and it was kind of like offset in the back.
Yeah.
And it was basically like a circle loop you could come around, and it was just the way it was shaped.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
That was at the park.
That was at the park.
I've been there before, yeah.
That's where, like on late Friday nights, where the Friday nights and Saturdays, that's where the teens would go and stuff like that, and like park and make out and hang out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I only had like kind of one experience there, and it wasn't pleasant.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't one of the really cool kids either. And some of us were going right around.
Yeah.
So we got in the back of my friend's truck, and we were like, I was probably like 16, 17.
Yeah.
And we went through the teardrop, and there's a whole bunch of like teens and guys out there and stuff like that parked. But some dude like jumps in the back of the truck with us, and like he's just like talking to us and stuff like that. He's like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" Like as we're going through, because you got to go slow. There's cars and stuff.
Yeah.
So they were just kind of talking to us, and like I didn't know this guy, but I turned to look at my friend that was driving, and the guy had like a padlock in his hand.
Yeah.
And he just snuck me on the side of my head, and then jumped out the back of the truck. And
Savage.
dude, like it was just they were doing just to like random people.
Yeah.
It's like that knockout game they have now.
I don't know.
Golly.
Yeah. So that was my only experience with teardrops. I was not one of the cool kids there either.
No, don't bust somebody upside the head.
Yeah.
I'll be tracking them down today. Where's that jerk?
Oh, I was trying to, man. Like, I was like asking people if they knew who it was and everything and stuff like
Who's that guy? I just
was
want to shake his hand and tell him hi.
burn his house down in the middle of the night.
Sure you.
But we see local teens, Mike and Debbie, and the Terenzi brothers in their ice cream truck pull up.
Yeah, Terenzi brothers.
Trying to sell ice cream to these teens and stuff like that. They also brought along some girls.
Yeah.
Which don't.
Terrible.
Terrible. But the only thing that's great is that one girl that, like, if you notice the one girl on the right,
Yeah.
they're both like the heavyset chicks pop out.
Yeah.
But the one on the right, dude, she looks directly in the camera, like, directly at it. When bright lights shoot across the sky, seen by local teens and stuff like that, and then also seen by farmer Gene Green,
Green,
who decides to investigate with his bloodhound Pooh. I love this
He's
guy.
like the stereotypical farmer.
Oh yeah. So, no, there's also a goof right here that is really funny. Whenever he steps into his little shack, which is just like a front, and he asks for he gets a shovel. There's a prop master or whatever standing in the background. You can actually see him handling the shovel.
Oh, I can't believe I missed that.
I'll show it to you. It's really funny. Yeah, the farmer is one of my favorite parts of the movie. I mean, he loves his Pooh Bear. It's also our first glimpse of the Killer Klowns. Like, he walks upon a circus tent in the middle of
in the middle of nowhere. Let's go inside.
Yep. But when you first see the Killer Klowns, what did you think, Jeremy?
I was first thinking they looked kind of big, and I was wondering when they were going to have them next to a person for like a comparison shot, just to see the size of the clowns. But they do look I mean, I could see, you know, if that was real, that'd be fucking scary.
Yes, it would be scary.
But, just in general, you know, they look kind of goofy.
Yeah, like these big goofy.
Especially the way they walk.
Oh, they're like goofy scaries, I guess. It's something. You won't forget it.
Their mouths don't move unless like they're laughing.
Yeah.
Like when they're talking, like their mouth doesn't move.
Well, I do like how they have different shapes and sizes too, because you have like the really, really tall one, you have the fat one,
yeah,
with the
little kid one. Yeah.
Well, I like the scene. It's a throwaway scene, but it's kind of introduced to Dave.
Yeah,
and brings in the two local teens, and you see Mooney like harass him. Like, going back and watching, it's like those dudes were on a date. Because the dudes were just like, we're just having a nice night. No, you did purple next one. Yeah. But Mike Tobacco, which is like one of the worst character names ever, and Debbie, decide to investigate the shooting star he saw. They think it's a circus. They go inside. Terrible jokes aside.
Yes.
What do you say? Clowns are us. They discover a large room with hanging cotton candy.
Hanging cotton candy.
Looks like light bulbs. Because like the things that were holding them up.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was no way that could hold a person, but
from outer space, man.
That's right.
That stuff.
But they pull it apart and you realize it's corpses and stuff like that. And there's only a few in there at the beginning. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I do like about the movie, and I'll touch on again, is everything like the inside of the circus tent and like the spaceship and stuff like that. It's all like homemade, practical stuff. Like the control panel and stuff like that. It's funnels upside down. It's all spray painted. Like the lights and stuff outside are like Christmas lights and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's really just very low budget. It works. The clowns discover him and they shoot like the popcorn gun at him.
Yes.
Balloon dog. I mean, it's hard to take serious.
Yeah.
But Mike, they get to their car, they take off, and Mike actually hits two of the clowns with the car. And I think that scene kind of holds up. It's pretty freaky. Yeah. Because the two clowns are on the ground, and one sits up, and then you have the other one that just kind of sits up like straight, like Michael Myers style.
Yeah, it does.
And then you see the sign. It says it's 3 miles to the town.
Yeah.
And the clowns, they walk there. But they get there like just as fast as the people in the car do.
Well, yeah, because I mean, they kill pretty much. It seems like every single person in the town except for like maybe 3. Because when you see the tent later on, like the spaceship room, it's just completely filled.
Yeah.
So,
and that spaceship is almost like the TARDIS. I mean, it's bigger inside. I mean, it's huge in the inside. They got different levels and all kind of stuff. Because when they go in there later,
they fall like space. The first time they go in there, in the first door they go through, it's like that. It's like an empty silo or whatever, and they got like that magnet, that electricity ball thing.
That's where Obi-Wan was.
I'm like, man, I think it's huge in there.
Yeah. Mike and Debbie get to the police and they try to warn them about the Killer Klowns. Nobody's going to believe.
No.
A movie classic line. He's like, "You gonna believe me? This little tramp."
It's tramp. He's called a tramp.
But, also, foreshadowing, he says, "Nobody's gonna make a dummy out of me."
Yeah.
That line.
That happened to you.
But pretty much like after this is montage, it's like some of the best parts of the movie. There's just the clowns going around killing people. You got the puppet show in the park.
Yeah,
a guy just walking around the middle of the park in the middle of the night. It's like, would you stop?
I always thought the guy was creepier than the show. You find that guy a little creepy.
Oh, he just had that little smile.
Yeah, like, what are you doing watching the puppet show in the middle of the night?
Just walking through the park.
Yeah,
looking for a John.
You looking for somebody?
And then what about the girl with the pizza? That was always funny.
Oh,
that was like a Sears catalog for me. I was like, whoa, look. And then the box of candies.
Yeah.
But like I like the pizza one always made me laugh just because that's one of the first time you hear him talk.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, pizza. And then one clown's like in the department store just like wrecking shop.
Oh yeah, I thought that was like one of the funniest scenes to me.
Just like knocking stuff over. Well, find out that you find out that Dave has history with Debbie, and their boyfriend and girlfriend. He's like the Ken doll, like police guy.
Yeah.
But they go out to the outskirts of town to try to find the tent. It's gone.
Gone, yeah.
But like he's not surprised by this giant crater.
Right.
In the middle of the woods.
Dave thinks he's full of it. He arrests himself and takes him back. You get more clown killer montage. The clown outside the bar.
On
the little bike.
Knock your block off.
Oh yeah.
That's one of the first. That's one of the scenes I always remember.
I like when the biker smashes his bike. He stomps it and everything.
And the clown, when he spins around, you see the big zipper.
Yeah.
I like how everybody's just like, it's like a second delay for when his head gets knocked off. You know? The one dude's like, dude!
They all take off.
Oh yeah, and that you have the. I always thought it was kind of strange, but it's that big clown. He's outside of the Big Top Burger.
That was kind of creepy. Because for the first time, I thought he was going to kill that little girl. Oh, you going to kill the little girl?
He's like lowering her out with a mallet.
Like, come on. Like, you know, big Chester written across his forehead.
Well, I don't think this scene would fly today. Like,
you don't think they would do it?
No.
And they don't have any guts today.
And then, of course, it's one of the most popular Clown with the Puppet Show.
Yeah.
That one's always, when people talk about this movie and stuff like that, a lot of times when you see clips of it, it's always that clown doing
doing the hand thing.
Oh, when he, the shadow puppets.
Shadow puppets, yeah. And there's like, for these clowns, like, there's really no gauge or limits of what they can do and what they can't do. I mean, you see,
strong.
Yeah, they have limitless weapons. I mean, every time you see when they're doing some kind of neat, different gadget, different clown gear.
Magic, too.
But yeah, super strong. They can take multiple bullets. I mean, their nose is like their only weakness. But like the one guy like jumps, the one clown jumps like over a whole building almost, and try to hit him with the cop car. Well, apparently there's only 2 cops in this whole town, and Mooney, who stays behind, like he's getting all the phone calls that this is going on. And he's like sitting there at the police station reading the gun magazine. Like,
he's also drinking.
Yes.
Yeah, he's drunk.
So the clowns decide to pay him a visit in this great scene. But there's a goof right here when the clown pulls him through. Like the direction changes on it. But they walk in and he's got his hand like he's controlling him like a puppet. Yeah. And I don't even want to know where he had the hand. But it's one of the more like, for me, just creepy, like the blood coming down his face.
Yeah.
Like a puppet.
The way he was talking was kind of creepy too.
Oh yeah. Well, the clowns they go after Debbie. The popcorn we see is its own. Is it makes more clowns?
It was in the hamper. It was like a long neck. It was like a tentacle thing with a little clown head. And they also had some in the dumpster.
They had some in the dumpster. They also had, but they popped out of a medicine cabinet. Some of that. And I think out the toilet. But like and they bite onto her shoulders. Like they're attacking her. You can see the strings. But it's I was always kind of wondering if that's how to make more clowns. If like those spawn, like grow eventually into more clowns.
More clowns, yeah. If that was the case, they should have clowns every stinking where.
Yeah. See, I had like, maybe it was the cable version I saw. Yeah. But I could have swore I remember a scene where they explained that these clowns have visited us for years and years, like in the past, and that's why people they have clowns now.
See, that sounds familiar.
See, and I could have swore they had that scene, and I was waiting for it the whole time I was watching it. It never came up. And I know on the cable version there's like a couple extended scenes. There's like them escaping the tin at the end. Yeah. They have a scene where Debbie talks about why she's afraid of clowns. And there's something else, but the clown in the store, like there's a little bit of extended stuff there. But a lot of it was just for cable because they had to cut stuff and add stuff for time. But I don't think that's one of the scenes.
Because I remember, maybe I read it someplace, because I know I read that they talked about or hinted to maybe some sequels going on with the different characters from this movie and other movies.
Well, there is a sequel. I read this. The sequel's coming out next year.
Really? So they do have a sequel?
They're filming it. They're making it right now.
Wow. Is it made by the same people?
Same 3 guys.
So who's in it? Like, it's going to be the full cast or just one?
I looked at none of the cast. It's none of the same cast. No. Wow. But it's going to be a sequel plus kind of a little bit of a remake, too, they said. But, yeah, same guys. And the clowns are going to be CGI, though.
Oh. It's like CGI. That stuff is expensive.
It's actually it's cheaper now.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, like that's why it's so prevalent. Oh, it's a lot cheaper to use and build these enormous sets.
That's why you see all the Sharknadoes and crazy stuff like that because it's so cheap.
Oh yeah, that's right. And Birdemic.
Oh no, that wasn't CGI.
That wasn't CGI.
It was like bitmap. Birdemic. You ever seen that movie?
No, I haven't.
You ain't missing none.
Yes, you are.
Unless you want to laugh.
It's on the same level as Sharknado.
No. Birdemic is probably the worst special effects I've ever seen. It looks like somebody just like photoshopped like birds in there, and the people are like,
"What is great?
Oh, it's fantastic." But yeah, like Debbie, like, she's attacked. She tries to run downstairs. Clowns are waiting for her.
Yes.
And they put her in, like...
I was curious as to why they decided to capture her specifically.
See, I did put down the same question. I was like, did they see her earlier and they went after her?
Yeah.
Did they think she was hotter than that pizza girl? But, yeah, I did wonder that too, why they went after her. Didn't turn her into cotton candy.
Kill her.
Capture her.
Oh, and they drink blood from the cotton candy.
Yeah, well, you see that when they go in there later. They're, with the world's best silly straw.
Silly straw. My kids love those things.
Well, Mike and the Terenzi brothers, they pursue the clowns through town. They're joined by Dave.
Yeah.
And then they find out the clowns must have, we parked in the wrong spot because they moved their tent to an abandoned amusement park.
Yes.
When they arrive, the security guard tries to stop them. That part is one of our iconic scenes too, really gross. They just throw pies at him.
Yeah.
Just melts his skin. They do the classic, like, cutaway.
Mm-hmm.
Two clowns come in, two clowns come out of the car. But yeah, they all into the tent looking for Debbie. It's the four guys. The Terenzi brothers fall through a trap door into, like, this ball pit.
Yes.
And they come to face with these clown. The first time you see clown girls.
Yeah, some female clowns.
Which their breasts are growing as we're seeing them. Like, it's a WTF movie. Now, I had to when I saw it, I had to write it down because I hadn't really thought about those things too much. But do places still have those ball pits, those things like that?
I know there was like a big thing. Like I think the burger place used to have it, and they had like a snake in there or something, so they got rid of them.
Yeah, I heard a lot of like I've heard the urban legends and the horror stories about like syringes and pedophiles swimming through and stuff like that.
Pedophiles swimming through the
but like pedophiles in the bottoms.
I mean, it's not funny, but that's just weird. That is crazy, man.
But I have a real horror story about these ball pits.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Snake?
It wasn't a snake.
Spider.
No. It was like probably 10 years ago. But we were at Hardee's in Liberia and stuff like that. And I was with my friend John's family. And his little brother was in the ball pit, like with a bunch of, like, I want to say about 6 other kids.
Yeah.
And playing in front and stuff like that. And all of a sudden you just heard screaming.
What?
And, like, people running. One of the kids that had, like, explosive diarrhea all over all the other kids were covered in it. All the balls and they were, like, playing through and sliding through it. It was so gross.
You have to take, like, that would suck to clean because you gotta take everything out of there. Like, you clean each individual ball.
We throw it all away and we gonna buy some new ones.
Yeah. We're gonna burn it.
Kill it with fire.
You ever been to Pelican Park?
No.
It's another gross story about that.
We got plenty of.
Yeah, Pelican Park is. My dad used to go play softball there, so we go play in the playground and stuff for like forever. And they have this one big slide that has a tunnel on it.
Yeah.
And somebody decided to take a dump in the tunnel.
Oh.
My cousin Jessica slid through the slide.
Oh.
And we were all running away from her. Yeah. My dad wouldn't let her in the car. And she took her pants off and threw away. So, like, she was like, I was like, probably 8 or 9.
Yeah.
She was like 12. So I ride, like, in her underwear, like, back home. Because my dad made her toss them out.
Oh.
But, like, some evil homeless person or just little kid.
Man.
Yeah. So anyway, Killer Klowns. Mike and Dave and Mike are like inside. They get separated, and they're looking around. They come into the cotton candy room, and you see it's just full of cotton candy. Like they've killed everybody in the town. Their friends, their neighbors.
They've been busy.
It's a ghost town.
Yeah. And like I said, the killer. You see one of the clowns come in, the bigger clown, and he sticks the silly straw in there, and they're basically it turns them into blood.
Yeah.
And they drink them and stuff like that.
They're kind of like vampire clowns.
Yeah. The vampire clowns from outer space. Now, as they save Debbie, they shoot the balloon.
Yeah.
Which I hope that would work. You know?
It's funny because when he pulls out the gun, and I can't remember his name. What's her current boyfriend's name? Mike's standing on the other side of it, and he goes, "Get ready to run." As soon as he says that, he shoots. Gives the guy no chance to move.
He wanted to shoot it.
Well, when she comes out of the balloon too, her clothes are fixed because from where she got bit earlier.
Yeah,
I noticed that. Like her. So I guess the
rejuvenation or something going on in that balloon.
they're trying to escape and they go through like the different doors and they got the maze and stuff. Another door. But they run into Clownzilla, which originally they wanted to do like CGI. They wanted to do some kind of like big puppet for it, but it was too costly, so they just basically had a guy in a suit. But yeah, leader of the space clowns or whatever. Dave distracts them. Turns the brothers come busting in with. Did they have sex with them clown girls? Or something?
I think they did.
They had like lipstick all over them. Their clothes were ravaged. I wanted to know how they got out though.
I think they had sex with them clown girls.
Yeah, they went to sleep.
They gave them some ice cream. Put them out. But Dave decides to, he stays behind and distracts Clownzilla. Mike and Debbie escape. Circus 10 basically tries to take off.
Yep.
Dave kills Clownzilla, which causes their spaceship to blow up, which kills every single person on there. Like, I mean, they're already dead pretty much, but it just wiped out the whole population.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that, but that's a good point.
Kill them all.
Kill them all. And then they changed the ending. Like the Terenzi brothers, the ice cream truck falls out of the sky, and they survived in there. But Dave originally was going to die, and they wanted to have it a little bit but more upbeat ending. Yeah. So like Dave pops out too, and as they're standing there, like, is it over? And they get hit with pies. Yeah. And when I was watching it this time, I was like, what, acidic pies? Like,
yeah. Like what?
Maybe that's why they're not. They'll continue right where they left off, and they'll just have them melted.
He did.
But I don't know, like, classic. I love it.
Yes.
We'll do our checklist and stuff for that. Any montage in there? Plenty of those talents killing the clowns, killing all the townsfolk.
Yeah.
No bad guys with facial hair. James, do you think this is appropriate for kids?
I would say, if they can handle, if they're not afraid of clowns, sure, whatever.
It might be after this.
Yeah, it might be, because I had friends in college who were afraid of clowns. And one of them, oh my gosh, he was afraid. Had her eyes closed through half the movie.
See, I never had that fear. I know a lot of people.
Me neither.
Yeah, people who are afraid of clowns too.
Yeah. Did they say the name of the movie?
I think so.
Yeah, when he says it, he's like, Killer Klowns from outer space.
Oh, yes, he does say it.
No Wilhelm screams. They could have used them.
Yes, they could have, all over this movie.
Yep. Anything different than cell phones?
Maybe. There's clowns killing people. Get out of the town. Run. You see a clown, you run.
No chimpanzees or monkeys, unfortunately.
Surprisingly.
Nuke the fridge. How about nuke the ice cream truck?
Yes.
No flashbacks, but then, like I said, I was trying to remember that.
Yeah. Maybe we just read it.
Yeah. No scenes or anybody trips. And alternative titles for film?
No, that's what Killer Klowns from outer space.
Yeah. You could have done Vampire Clowns. If you could have one prop from this movie.
Who?
Clownzilla.
Just give me this one of the clown masks. No, I know they sell them, but they don't look as nice as the one in the movie.
Well, now the clown mask are, I kind of looked at it, and Ernest Scared Stupid. Mm-hmm. They reused a lot of those for the goblin, like the trolls. Yeah. They repaint it. You can, like, when you see them, it's the same mask. See it, I like to have one of the little cotton candy guns.
Oh yeah,
they look pretty cool. Favorite character?
Oh man, I'm gonna have to go with. I like Mike.
And Mike Tobacco?
Even his corny jokes he kept telling. At the beginning of the movie was real bad.
What about when he was racist when he was like, oh, me chief, let's say, go this way.
That's the 80s, man. Live with it.
And Jeremy?
I'd have to say Officer Mooney. I mean, it wasn't... He had the most personality, I guess.
Yeah.
He was real.
That was my favorite, too. Such a jerk. Favorite moment for me is the whole clown killing montage.
Yes.
Everybody likes the shadow puppet scene. Yourself? You?
Yeah. I mean, the same thing. Shadow puppet, man.
Shadow puppet wins?
The shadow puppet.
I kind of liked when the clown was in the drugstore.
Just wrecking?
Yeah, just wrecking the place. And the clerk was just, he didn't know what to do. He was just watching the clown destroy his store.
Yeah, like, for this movie, like, overall score and stuff like that, I enjoy this movie. It's very creative. I mean, it's super low budget, but it works so well. I mean, it's ridiculous, but they played it like earnest and, like, straight the whole time. I mean, the movie is about to be 25 years old. I think the makeup that they accomplished and did on there, it holds up. Mm-hmm. I mean, they were literally, like, making the sets and the props as they went on. Like I said, the clown stuff, is like cardboard and just, like, everyday stuff like that. But it gives it, like, a nice charm, and that's kind of why I'm like, I enjoy having the movie on my shelf. I saw it when I was a kid when it came out, and it was super weird, kind of scary.
Yeah.
But I got to see it like when the Carmack used to be open behind the mall.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They used to do
about that.
They used to do now it's like a furniture store or something.
Yeah, the furniture store.
But they used to do midnight movies, and it'd be like stuff like Pulp Fiction, Big Lebowski, Rocky Horror, and stuff like that. And we went over there. We saw Little Shop of Horrors, and then this one, like back to back.
Wow.
And I just remember like people were like going nuts. Like they had so many people in there, it was like packed. And I was just like, and I hadn't really thought about the movie since I originally saw it.
Yeah.
But they had a ton of people in there.
Man, they, I don't know why they shut that place down.
Yeah.
They could have just did that.
I know on Halloween they would do they did a Faces of Death marathon one year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did. They would do a lot of marathons there. They did because when Return of the King was coming out, they did all 3 of them back to back. It was like 9 hours.
Cool.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I'm living now.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a long time.
Yeah.
Well, I did that for Batman, kind of.
Yeah.
When Batman Dark Knight Rises was coming out.
Yeah.
Like it was like I think $25, and for all 3 movies. And I hadn't seen Batman Begins in the theater, and you got a popcorn, 2 popcorns. You got
That's $25 right there.
Yeah, you got popcorn, then you get your popcorn refilled, and you had 2 drinks. You can get your drink refilled because you had a bracelet, and then you could either choose. It was totally worth it. Like choose nachos or a hot dog, and like you had a special theater that was like kind of like set out for y'all guys. Like it was totally worth it.
Yeah.
But
It's a good deal.
and then between each movie, like I think it started at 6, and you watch Batman Begins, which I mean was amazing to see in the theater because like there's the sound on it and everything and stuff, the Tumblr scene. And then you got this. There was like a I think 20-minute intermission, and then you watch Dark Knight, and then there was like another 20-minute, and then like I think Dark Knight started like around 9,
Yeah.
and it was like another 20-minute intermission, and then Dark Knight Rises started like pretty much right at midnight, and yeah, I was so freaking tired though. Like Dark Knight Rises, I was falling asleep because they're all long 3-hour movies.
Yeah,
pretty much.
they're long, man.
So, like Dark Knight Rises, I was sitting there like, oh, Batman. And that movie was pretty boring. So like my first impression, I was just like, it was alright.
Yeah.
And I didn't watch it again until it came out on DVD.
Yeah.
And then I was just kind of like, yeah, I wasn't really. It's kind of really right
They're
on.
not too long,
But yeah, the movie, cult following. Like I said, I give it a solid 8 for the originality and camp. I'm excited that they're making a sequel. I kind of hope it holds up to the original and see what their Chiodi brothers are going to come up with.
Hope it's something good, yeah.
About you, James? What's your overall?
I'm about to go with 8, yeah. 8.
8?
8, yeah, I like watching this movie, man. For this, I saw it 3 times.
3 times?
Yep, 3
like
times.
for the podcast?
For the podcast. Yeah.
About you, Jamie? First time you ever seen this movie?
Man, I'd have this. I couldn't really give it much higher than like a 4.
You didn't like it that much, y'all.
It's I don't know, man. It's pretty cheesy.
Well, I gotta defend. What about for just what it is? I mean, how original it is, and just for movies that came out around the same time, you gotta think about some of the other just crap that was, I mean, there's a couple like it's 1989, but like some of like the sequels, like you already had your first couple Friday 13th.
Right.
You're in the later Nightmares. You're in the later. But you had like Pumpkinhead and some of the ones that came out.
I've never watched those. He's an alien, right?
It was like a demon.
Pumpkinhead?
Yeah.
I don't even remember. I don't even remember no more. And I know I've seen this
It's
movie.
got Lance Henderson in there.
I don't remember.
But I don't know. That's your score. I think 4 is way too low.
This is crazy.
Anyway, anything else about
Killer Klowns? No, not really.
There's not a whole lot of clown. I think it's not a whole lot of clown.
Yeah.
When I think of Scary Clowns, I usually think of It.
It. I think these clowns in here look scarier than it though. It doesn't hold
Yeah.
up as well.
See, I hadn't seen it in years. I hadn't seen
1
it
or
in a
2
long
scenes
time.
of it hold up, and I remember it scaring the crap out of me as a
See,
kid.
The opening scene scared the hell out of me. Yeah.
Yeah, it scared my
Or
brother.
in the drain.
Yeah, with the balloon.
Drain.
Wait, oh man, I know people who can't look at drains because of that movie.
You sir?
What
What happened?
kid's like got his little boat and he just like, and he's like in the drain with the balloon. He's like, "Hey Georgie" or something like that.
Yeah.
"Hello Georgie." And it's just like,
The clowns in the drain?
Yeah.
I don't remember this.
oh, it's like the most iconic scene pretty
When he
much.
comes out of the drain?
Well, he's like in the drain talking to a little boy.
And the boy's talking back?
Yes.
He ain't running?
No. He's like this little boy and like it's raining and he has a little paper boat and it's
Yeah.
like going down the street and it goes down the drain or something like that.
Oh!
And he's like it pops up and it's like we all float down here or something like that.
You talking about a sewer drain?
Right, which type of drain I was talking about?
Like a sink! was thinking it was like a sink. I'm like, why is this not making sense? Now when you said that, I'm like, okay, it's coming back to me. I'm thinking, what's sink?
Oh, don't turn on that garbage disposal.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Turn the garbage disposal.
He avoids those houses.
Yeah. But doesn't it come up? I don't know. But that scene, that scene holds up big time.
Yeah.
The scene where they're like looking at the book, like the
oh yeah,
and like he's like he comes to life in the picture and he like runs up to the, like the
yeah. That's kind of creepy. See, it should make people afraid of books. Put that book down.
Don't you dare read. But I remember it like seeing it when it came on TV when I was a kid and younger.
Yeah,
it was like a
that's my
two-part series.
Yep.
And like it leaves you with a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy crap.
Boy.
Oh yeah.
My brother was afraid. He was like 8 or 9 at the time. I'm thinking. I mean, like it was broad daylight. My parents went home, and I forgot why we were there by ourselves. But I mean, daylight. Like I think like 1 o'clock maybe. He was afraid to be by himself in the house during the day because of the movie. Like usually when I'm a kid and I'm afraid of something, we just wait till the sun goes down.
Right.
Like, he was afraid during the day.
That was one of his terrors.
Oh, he'd hold on to my leg. He's gonna get me. He's gonna get me. Get off of me, man.
My little brother was afraid of Chucky.
Really?
Chucky?
I had a friend afraid of Chucky.
And they had the My Buddy dolls.
Oh, yes.
One of those.
Yeah.
So anytime we go to the store, I'd look for the My Buddy doll. Just like drop it in front of him. I'd freak out, man.
Just slide. He'd be on the other side of the aisle. You can slide under the aisle.
Oh, yeah.
Like, hey, Billy.
When I was a kid, I had three movies that like terrified me that I was scared of and stuff like that. And then I've kind of gone back and revisited, I think, all of them now.
Yeah.
But one of them was, I would say probably in order. Number 3 would have been the Peanut Butter Solution.
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
What's up?
I'll give it to you to watch. It's got to be passed on. Number 2 would the Pet Cemetery.
The first one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
See, for some reason I saw the second one first.
Huh. And then number 1, it's the Tales from the Dark Side. It was that TV series that played.
Yeah.
They had an episode we watched, I think it was for Halloween, and it's called Inside the Closet. And there's this little like creature, like little thing that's like it's like a little mini closet, and the guy's like, oh, I don't have a key for that, like she's letting the girl stay there.
Yeah.
Like she's renting the room, and there's like a little door in the wall, and it's locked. And he's like, oh, we lost the key for it. It used to be like a little doll room. And the next moment it's open, and just like this little weird little albino looking creature like under her bed with glowing eyes.
Wow.
I saw that as such a kid, so I was terrified. Literally, like when I was in bed, when I would get up, I would have to like take a jump and leap. So there was no way my ankles would touch like
Monster to
anywhere
the
there.
bed.
Yeah, because I mean, they show it like multiple times, like swiping at her legs and stuff as she passes.
Yeah.
But it freaked me out.
I bet.
I mean, we moved to this house in Little Woods, it's this like subdivision, and the room I was in had one of those little doors in the wall. So I pushed the dresser and everything up in there. I couldn't go to sleep unless the closet door was shut and stuff in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Forget that. You're not getting my legs.
I went back and revisited that, and I was just like, it was still pretty creepy.
Yeah.
I want to say John Romero directed the episode, but classic Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my horror movie when I was growing up. That scared me. What about you?
The typical crap. Jason, Freddy.
See, I thought they were awesome. Like I was like drawing Jason in my tablets and my notebooks and stuff like that.
Yeah, they were cool. I just didn't want them trying to kill me. You kill other people all you want.
I thought Freddy was hilarious.
Freddy? Well, yeah, later on. I mean, once you get to like Nightmare with 2 or 3, it's pretty comical. But that first one.
Because I remember when I was in high school, like middle, not even that, like elementary and stuff like that. This guy named Kirby, his parents would let him go see all the rated R movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So he would come back and be like, I saw a new Nightmare, and I'm like, oh, tell me every way he killed him.
Yeah, right.
And all that.
Because I mean, that scene he does, look, the Johnny Depp scene, he pulls him in the bed.
Oh, it's awesome.
And then the other scene with the chick falls asleep in the tub.
The hand comes up.
Oh my gosh. Because I used to relax in the tub until I saw that movie. Now I was like, I get washed up. I'm getting the hell out of there, man.
How you, Jeremy? Any movies when you growing up?
We went to Disney World when I was a kid, and there was like a Psycho ride or something like that.
A Disney World?
Yeah, it might be Universal Studios. And I was kind of scared to take a shower for a little while. I was taking baths.
Just sit down in case it comes out.
Just in case. You might want to be sitting for
That's like let's see. People on the stairs. I remember watching that, and that kind of creeped me out when I was a kid. It was just like, it was the way the kids were treated, like just being thrown in like the scalding hot water and everything.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Have you seen it lately?
No, I haven't seen it in a long time.
We did a podcast on that.
Yes, we did. It's up.
I had watched Nightmare recently, though. I rewatched it.
Oh, M Street?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the first one was great.
First one, yeah.
What, did you see the remake?
I saw the second half of the remake, and honestly, I kind of liked it.
It just didn't do anything new, like, to me. I didn't...
Yeah.
This is, well, it's like a just same.
Didn't they change part of the story, though?
They just kind of... They showed more of it, because in the first movie, they just kind of, like, it's child molester. And
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because they find pictures and evidence and all that shit.
But, I just didn't like his look as much. I don't know.
Oh, he looked that much different?
He looked more like, kind of like, you remember if you've seen The New Nightmare? He kind of had, like, more of a burnt face and stuff. It was the dude who played Rorschach on can't remember the dude's name.
It's like something Haley.
Yeah, some Jackie, yeah, I don't know. He's also a little boy in another movie we watched.
A little boy?
Oh, you know what? He's in that movie with Will Ferrell, and it's the basketball movie. Can't remember the name of it. Tropic Thunder? No. Tropic Thunder. But I think I got that confused because the basketball team's called like the Tropics or something.
Let's see, Jackie Earl Haley. So yeah, he's known for like I said, Watchmen, and I'll tell you the movie he was a kid in that we saw. It was in RoboCop.
Oh yeah,
the new one.
I liked him in RoboCop.
The new one or the old one?
Yeah, it's the new one.
The new one.
He was in the Planet of the Apes, the TV series. He's in the Bad News Bears.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the guy, because in Bad News Bears he plays Kelly.
He's in MacGyver, an episode.
MacGyver.
He's also in Get a Life.
He was in Get a Life?
That is.
Get a Life is...
Yeah. That's,
Chris Elliott.
Chris Elliott, there you go. I'm like, I'm thinking Chris.
About this, like, man-child, basically.
Yes, he's a man-child.
I always remember the episode with Summer.
I'm like, Chris Elliott always plays a man-child.
And he's a Maniac Cop 3.
I think I want to see the second one.
It's Damnation Alley. That's what I was thinking of. It's
Damnation Alley. Cause see, I remember him from Bad News Bears.
Yeah, he was also in Love Boat. The Love Boat. My mom used to watch that shit.
Yeah, my grandmother.
Put it on someone else. Yeah, like Fantasy Island.
Yes.
Because they would watch like MacGyver and Greatest American Hero and stuff like that. And I'd be like, alright, because there's only one TV growing up. It wasn't like now you can pull out your phone and you got a TV or something. So you'd be struck watching everything with the family. Yeah. So they'd be watching Fantasy Island and Love Boat and stuff like that. And just like,
you're killing me, man. Magnum PI.
I think I showed you that movie, High Road to China. We used to watch that periodically. That's why it was cool when my uncle was around, because my uncle, we would always watch Star Wars or the old Star Treks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Kroll and all those movies.
Yeah.
And if not, I would be like reading his comic books and stuff. Anyway, we would just rambling.
That's what we do.
That's right. Alright, so go ahead and email us anything you have, any thoughts about Killer Klowns from Outer Space, any podcast suggestions that you would like to make for us, reviews, if you're listening to us on iTunes or Stitcher. Stitcher, I don't believe has a review set, but they just did a big update for it. But definitely leave us a review on iTunes. We really appreciate it. It really helps us a lot to be found. Check out our website, indianpodcast.com. You can see our link to our iTunes there, our Facebook. You can see our blog and everything. Got our top 10, our checklist and stuff on there as well. Our next episode, we're actually going to be our top 10 90s cartoons. We're going to do like a short where we're going to talk a little bit about Guardians, so that'll probably come out in between. That'll be like one of our now segments where we'll basically just kind of talk all about that movie, just praise it. And then after that, not too sure. So we'll be looking for on our Facebook or our blog for what's to be coming up after these films. Probably switch genres or something like that. Maybe get like a nice fantasy. I think it's time maybe we do Labyrinth or something like that.
Dance, baby.
Never Know Story. There's a bunch of them that's been asked or come up a few times. I don't think.
Legend.
Legend. Speaking of Tim Curry, you got
It's awesome in that movie.
Now there's two versions of that movie. There's
The soundtrack.
soundtrack.
Really?
Is it Tangerine Dream?
Yeah.
Yeah. The director's cut is really dark. Like actually, like in the original version, they would do test screenings,
Mhm.
and the music was so creepy, like weird, that they basically had to change. They changed the whole soundtrack and they
Wow.
recut it. Because in the original, you see Tim Curry like right at the beginning, where like he's in the black light and stuff, and like his fingernails and like his I don't want to say his horns are glowing and stuff.
Yeah.
He looks amazing. And then they changed it, and you don't see him to the end, and they changed the soundtrack. But you can watch both versions.
It's on our Blu-ray?
Yeah.
Alright.
They used to have
The collector's
the
DVD.
DVD where it opens up like that.
Yeah.
Oh, they're looking to get
Yeah,
now.
young Tom Cruise. I saw a big. I showed it to Jeremy. It was a picture. It was from 2012, but it was like everybody, the cast from Top Gun,
Yeah.
then versus now, and it was like a reason to join Scientology. Apparently, they had the Fountain of Youth.
Yeah.
And it was like Val Kilmer and Anthony Edwards and Kelly McGinnis and stuff like that. And they showed them in Top Gun '86.
Yeah.
And then like 20 years later, and Tom Cruise barely looked like he ages like a day.
Wow.
And the rest of them, I mean, Val Kilmer looked like he'd been eaten. But the rest of them, they've aged considerably. 20 years. So anyway, anything else about Killer Klowns or anything else? All right.
I mean, I could come up with stuff, but y'all just be rambling.
All right. So that's the end of our podcast for today. For this, I'm John.
James.
Jeremy.
Thanks for listening.